It all started on a Thursday evening, the kind of evening that feels too quiet, too perfect, like something terrible is hiding behind the calm. My name is Daniel, I'm 26, and at that time I had just moved to a small rental house outside of Fairmont, West Virginia. It was cheap, old, and isolated, exactly what I needed to escape the noise of the city. When I first arrived, the realtor gave me the keys quickly, almost nervously. She avoided eye contact and didn't say much except one chilling line. "If you hear anything at night, just ignore it. Old houses make sounds." Her voice trembled. I laughed awkwardly and assumed she was joking. I wish I had listened more carefully. The first night. The first night was uneventful. The house felt cold, but I told myself it was because it had been empty for a long time. I unpacked, set up my bed, and fell asleep earlier than usual. At 3:17 a.m., I woke up, not from a nightmare, not from a sound, but from a feeling, a strange, heavy pressure in my chest, like someone was staring straight at me in the dark. I slowly opened my eyes. For a moment, I was sure I saw a figure standing near my bedroom door, tall, still, watching me. But when I blinked, it was gone. I convinced myself I was half dreaming and went back to sleep. I shouldn't have. The whispering starts. The next night, the sounds began. At first, it was a faint tapping inside the walls, then light scratching under the floor, then whispering, very soft, impossible to understand, like someone murmuring from under the house or inside the walls or right behind my head. I sat up in bed, heart pounding. "Who's there?" I whispered. The whispering stopped. Then 3 slow knocks came from the bedroom wall, directly behind me. Knock, knock, knock. I jumped out of bed and turned on all the lights. Nothing. The house was empty. But all night long, the whispers returned in waves, growing louder every hour. The basement door. On the 3rd day, something new happened. The basement door, which had been locked since I moved in, was open. I never touched it. The lock was broken, hanging by one screw. Cold air rushed up from below. I stared into the pitch-black basement, frozen. Then something from the darkness whispered, "Daniel." My blood ran cold. How did it know my name? I slammed the door shut and dragged a heavy chair in front of it. For hours, nothing happened. Then around midnight, the chair moved, not fell, not slipped. It slid across the floor, as if someone inside the basement was pushing it. I didn't sleep that night. The photo. The next morning, I called my friend Marcus. He didn't believe me, but agreed to come over. "It's freezing in here," he said as soon as he stepped inside. "Feels like a refrigerator." I told him everything. He laughed at first, until he took a photo of me in the living room and showed it to me instantly. Behind me, in the dark hallway, was a tall, pale figure. Not human, not normal. Too thin, too tall, eyes 2 black holes. Marcus swore loudly and refused to stay another minute. The diary. Later that day, I found a small leather-bound diary hidden behind the kitchen pipes. It belonged to a girl named Elisa who had lived here years ago. Her final entry said, "It comes from the basement. It whispers when I sleep. It stands behind me when I'm alone. Mom and Dad don't believe me. Tonight, I will try to lock it inside. If someone finds this, don't let it call your name." I froze. It had whispered my name. The footsteps. At 1:04 a.m. that night, heavy footsteps echoed upstairs. But I lived alone. Step, step, step. The steps stopped directly above me, in my bedroom. Cold air filled the house. My breath turned white. Then something dragged across the floor. Long, slow, scraping lines. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Then right next to my ear, a whisper. Daniel. I ran outside and slept in my car. The return. When I returned the next morning, the bedroom door was open. Scratched deeply into the door were 3 words. Don't leave me. My hands trembled. Something wanted me here. The basement calls. I set my phone on the living room table to record audio. If something is here, say something. For several minutes, nothing. Then the basement door opened. Cold air poured out. Whispers filled the room. Dozens of voices, whispering in layered, broken tones. I ran out of the house, leaving the phone recording. When I finally returned and checked the audio, I heard it clearly, a deep, inhuman voice whispering, "Come down, Daniel." The final night. I should have left, but something held me there, a strange heaviness in my head, a pressure that grew stronger each day. That night, I woke up in my bed, though I didn't remember falling asleep. The basement door was wide open. Something crawled up the stairs, slow, wet, heavy. I couldn't move. My body was frozen. A tall, twisted figure emerged into the hallway, limbs bent wrong, skin stretched thin over bones, a mouth too wide, eyes like empty holes. It leaned close until I could smell dirt and rot. In a voice that scraped like broken glass, it whispered, "You should never have answered." Everything went dark. Afterward, I woke up 3 days later in a hospital. A neighbor found me unconscious in the yard. Doctors said I had deep claw-like marks on my arms and back. I never returned to the house, but at night, in perfect silence, sometimes I still hear it. Daniel, calling me, waiting. Because once it learns your name, it never forgets.